Glitter, just,
wow.
Everything is happening. Hello everyone, and welcome to The Creative Urge. My name is Austin, and I know I look super crazy right now. In this video, I am going to be taking my brow blocking a step further and teach you how to redraw on your eyebrows higher. In my previous video, I showed you how to block your brows. If you're curious about that and like to learn how to do that, I will link that video in the description box below. For this video, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Patrick Starrr and his friend at Twabney. I will link his Instagram below, and we are actually using his techniques today and seeing if I can up my skill level just a little bit. So to start off, I'm actually gonna go off camera really quickly and draw this eyebrow on and do the eyeshadow look on this side so I can try to replicate it on this side. So I will be right back. Okay, we are back and I have one eye completed and I think the eyebrow looks amazing. So I'm going to recreate this for you on this eye. So fingers crossed. Matching this shape on this side is gonna be a challenge. The first thing you're gonna need is you're gonna need some sort of brow pomade. I have the Maybelline Tattoo Studio brow pomades in blonde and also in black brown, and that's what's gonna give you this nice contrast over here. This is really good. I love these products. It actually blends a little bit too. Like you can see that in the front of my brow, I kind of blended it a little bit to make it more natural. These are really awesome and they're not expensive at all. They also come with this like little tiny brush here, which I absolutely love. And so we're just going to start tracing out the brow. Taking the lightest shade in blonde. If you're a deep skin tone, you might need something a little bit more taupe than this. And we're just gonna take some of the product and just start sketching out the brows. And I kind of angle it up this way. And I'm keeping the strokes very light. If you screw up, you can always just put a little bit more concealer over it. So we're just taking it up. And it looks like the arch is somewhere around here. Yeah, that's sort of similar. Okay. And now I'm just gonna fill in the shape. A good rule of thumb is in terms of the width, you wanna use the width of this. So I'm literally gonna turn the brush and just, again, very lightly in case I don't like the placement of the brow. I followed pretty much the natural arch of my brow. When you cover your brows, notice where your natural arch is, and that's where it's gonna be the best placement. In addition, when you start, you wanna keep it on your natural brow. You don't wanna do it higher, so that way like your brows can emote things. You don't wanna lose the emotion in your brow. Yep, somewhere around there. Yeah, that sort of matches. They're not identical twins, they're definitely fraternal twins, but I will take that. And you can also fix the shape with concealer as well, which is definitely what we're gonna do. We are gonna fix all of this. Yeah, see, this is way too thick on the end here. Yeah, this definitely needs to come up in the center, but we'll do that with the concealer. So now we're gonna take a concealer. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, super high coverage in the lightest shade, Fair. And I'm just gonna take a tiny brush. We're going to make this shape better. There we go. And then you're just gonna brush down. A lot of drag queens use a white. You can definitely use a white. I just don't have a white that I like. Plus, if you have like a powder, you could powder with like a white powder, like a baby powder or whatever, if you want like a lot of highlight beneath your brow. Ooh, okay. That looks good to me. It's going a lot better than I thought it would go, tell you that. Just brush the concealer up. There we go. Look at that. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back into that blonde and we're just gonna make the line a little bit sharper. And I love this stinking brush. Gorgeous. And then I'm just gonna take a nice fluffy brush and we're gonna bring this brow down. This is gonna be the start of where our nose contour is gonna go. So you just bring it towards your nose a little bit and blend there. And then you can kind of flick up this way too. Kind of get that natural front of the brow look. Now, as you can see in this brow, I have like stroke-like hairs. So you're gonna actually take your darker shade, and I got this brush from a different brow product. It's a cheap brush. I'm sure you could find it somewhere else, but I didn't feel like looking, so I just bought a whole new product. And we're just gonna dip in here. And now we're just gonna make hair-like strokes in the direction of where your brows go. And you're gonna stay deeper towards the bottom of the brow and kind of flick up and out. See on this brow how it kind of goes up and fades out? It's gonna be the same with this one. We're gonna stay in line and just flick and flick and flick and flick. And you wanna go kind of like diagonally. If you make too thick of a line too, you can just blend it out. And then using that same brush, I'm just gonna trace the bottom of my brow just very slightly. I'm not adding any more product on it. There we go. Ah, they look very similar. They look very similar. I'm very excited. I think we are done with both of those. And now we can get into the eyeshadow look. We are going to start building the eye shape. I'm just gonna take like a purpley deepish red and I'm gonna put it right on this outer corner here and just sort of blend up. I'm not gonna go crazy and we're gonna just fan this up slightly. All right, and then we're gonna take a nice fluffy brush and we're gonna go into a corally shade and just right in the socket, the inner socket here. And I kind of like to blend the shadow slightly up into the brow and we're gonna bring across the eye and just really blend that out. Then I'm gonna take another fluffy brush and we're gonna go into deep purple and put that in next to it like that and kind of connect the bottom with the top, slightly wing it out and sort of start shaping that. Just make sure that shade is nice and built up and then just blending these two together right in the center. And then I'm gonna take a very clean brush and we're just going to wing this out and up. And then I'm gonna put that purple shade back in pretty. Then I'm gonna take a bit more of a packing brush and go into, it's like a blackish purple gray color. And we're gonna stamp that on the outer edge and bring it up slightly into the crease. Just fan it out in the same direction of that line. Okay, now I'm gonna go back into that purple brush and just fan it out. All right, and then I think I'm gonna take another clean brush and just on the very end, we just are gonna fan this out even more. Cute. And we're gonna pack that purple back and put it right on the edge of that black again. And we're gonna go back into that lower lash line shade, that reddish color. And then using a flat brush that's totally clean, we're just gonna fan this out both directions. And then on the lower lash line, going into more of a bright orange, and we're gonna put that in the center, right down here. And going in with an even tinier brush and go into more of a lighter yellow, and I'm just putting that right next to it and bringing it down. Okay, we're gonna clean that same brush off and we're gonna go into the center shade in here, put that in the inner corner. On my waterline, I'm just gonna take it's not a white, it's like a pearly white, and we're just going to put that in the waterline just to kind of brighten that lower lash line a bit and open the eye. Then I'm just gonna take a purpley, like kind of like a bluish purpley tone, and I'm gonna put that down just as kind of like a base for the glitter. That is gorgeous. And then we're gonna take just a nice flat brush and we're gonna take the NYX glitter primer and we're just gonna put that on the lid so the glitter will stick. I like to just leave that and fan it just for a second. So now I'm gonna dip in a nice purpley color, tap that right on top of this glitter primer. Look how gorgeous that is. And then next to it, I'm gonna go into the pink, just put that right next to it. On top of that pink glitter, I'm gonna go into, it's like a champagne, but you can use any like bright tone, and I'm just gonna tap that on top of it. Just a little topper to bring some lightness to this area. Aha! I am just going to put that BH highlight back in there. Make it really bold. Oh my pretty. Okay, I'm just gonna go off camera really quick and do the rest of my makeup, and I will be back for the outro. Okay, everybody, we are back with the final look, and I must say, I am super impressed that I was able to get these two suckers matching. I hope you found this video useful and at the very least entertaining. I can definitely see I'm starting to enter more drag territory. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you'd like to see. If you try this at home, please send me your pictures. My social media is linked down below. At this point, I'd like to invite you to like the video, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Mwah! Bye, everyone. If they ever discontinue this palette, I don't know what I'll do, because this is like my go-to palette for everything. I don't even want to speak it into existence. I don't want to talk about it.